In this video, I'm going to give you 7 strategies that you can easily implement today on how to sell more online courses, help your existing students be more successful, and generate more revenue from your existing students. And we're going to do it all using website automation. Now, for this video, I'll be using LearnDash. However, you can use any learning management system for WordPress because all of them are pretty much going to work with all the strategies that I'm going to be giving you in this video. If you just take the time to learn these strategies and implement them, I guarantee you that you're going to have more success with what you're trying to do, and you're going to help other people have more success with your course materials. There's going to be a full table of contents in the video description, including links, and that makes it easier for you to consume the strategies and come back to this video and relearn some of these strategies and share them out with some friends. So let's not waste any time. Let's just go ahead and get into these 7 strategies. Now, to be able to implement these strategies on your website, we need an automation engine, and we're going to be using Uncanny Automator. There's a free version of this and there's a pro version on this. And this is what allows us to automate all these strategies on our website. Now, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed with website automation. I'm going to explain it to you right now in a nutshell so that it totally makes sense. There's 2 main components to website automation. You have an event, which is also called a trigger. Now, an event or a trigger can be multiple forms. It could be a purchase or maybe a form that's been filled out. It can also be course interactions as far as progress or maybe results inside of a quiz. Other events are website interactions, which could be viewing a page multiple times or logging in any number of times. It can also be external activity. This is something happening on an external software as a service platform or even another website, and it pushes that activity event into your website. And lastly, probably one of the most powerful events is a magic button or a magic link. This is something that Uncanny Automator allows you to create, and when the person clicks on that, these series of actions will happen. Now let's take a look at the activities and try to categorize them. And these are activities that can happen once an event happens, and you can have as many actions occur after an event that you want. So the first category of actions is communications. So a communication would be sending an email, having a pop-up trigger, sending a text message, sending a WhatsApp message. Those are communication actions. You can also have access actions, and this would be access to a form or a group or a membership. You can also have an enrollment actions. This would be enrollment in courses or in a webinar system or some kind of a meeting system. And lastly, I think one of the most powerful actions is the redirect action. So you can perform these series of actions and at the very end, redirect the visitor to a different page or a different website entirely. And that is website automation in a nutshell. So let's take a quick look at the Uncanny Automator website. So the website's going to give you a lot of ideas of what you can do with these automations. I'm really just scratching the surface of what you're able to do, but I'm going to give you 7 strategies using website automation on your learning site in this video. So here is the list of all of these triggers and actions. So essentially, it's going to make your WordPress plugins connect and communicate with each other as well as with outside systems. So when you go to this page right here, it lists all of the integrations and it lists the triggers and the actions for each of these plugins. So in the example of LearnDash, I can scroll down here to LearnDash and I can see all of the various triggers that can be triggered from LearnDash and then all of the actions. I'm going to tie all this together for you though in this video. Now let's quickly take a look at the pricing of the Automator plugin. So we have it right here. There's a free version version, and some of what we're going to do today can be done in the free version. There's a pro version, and it's not really that expensive. So the pro version, which will get you this for 2 websites, is only $149. Now, to get to this page, you'll visit WPCrafter.com/automator, and I'll have a link in the video description box down below. Now, if you're watching this video in the next 36 hours, you are in luck. I've been talking about this plugin all week here on the channel. I've been putting together multiple tutorials on this plugin because I reached out to them before this week of talking about it so much. And I said, hey, can you give the WP Crafter subscribers a killer deal on Automator, a lifetime deal? And they agreed. And so for just until this timer runs out, you can get a lifetime license of Automator plugin for just a few dollars more than an annual license. So you don't need to renew it. What you pay is all that you end up having to pay. So we have prices here for the pro license, the agency, which is more sites, and unlimited, which is unlimited websites. Each of these plans include 3 years of premium help desk support. And if you purchase Automator plugin before the countdown runs out, and say you purchase the pro or the agency, you will have a full 3 months to upgrade to unlimited or just a higher plan if you want to have more sites for the Automator plugin. It's a great deal. Now, when you enter in that URL, WPCrafter.com/automator, it will take you here to this page with the countdown timer. But I would also encourage you to read through the frequently asked questions so you walk in fully informed. And there's info here about what to do after the 3 years if you want premium help desk support. Everything's answered right here inside of the frequently asked questions. So we're going to be using Uncanny Automator for this video. Now, the first strategy, the name of it is free to Yippie. And what that means is getting people to enroll in a free LearnDash course. If you have a learning management system, you absolutely should be using free course enrollments as a strategy. In fact, it should be your #1 lead magnet strategy to get people to get to a deeper connection with you. It also enables you and them to get comfortable with the way you teach and the material that you teach, and it could get them excited to get the full-on course or membership that you're selling. So what's going to happen is we're going to enroll them in the course. Then we're also going to add them to a BB Press group on our website, or if you're using BuddyBoss, you could do that as well. Then we're also going to send their information off to our webinar platform to enroll them into a kickoff webinar event where they can get acclimated with you and the course and the other students that have enrolled in this period. Then we're going to trigger a pop-up maker pop-up that will include links to all the various resources that they need for this course. So here we are on the website where I'm going to automate this free to Yippie strategy. I already have Automator installed and the pro version of Automator. So I'm going to go to Automator. I'm going to click on all recipes right here. I'm going to click on add new, and I'll go ahead and first choose whether this is a logged in or anonymous. So the free version of Automator only allows you to have logged in automations, but you have anonymous automations if you're using Automator Pro. So since when someone enrolls in a free course, they're already going to be logged in. So I'm going to choose logged in, and I'm going to click on confirm. Next, I'll name this automation. And now it's time to configure it. So in the first part here, we're going to choose what that event or trigger is. And then down here under actions, we're going to list out those actions that I talked about. So right off the bat, Automator is showing me these icons for plugins it knows I have installed on my website right now. So there's obviously a lot more integrations in this. So it's going to be a LearnDash event. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to choose a user enrolls in a course. Here it is. A user is enrolled in a course. I'll choose that. And then right here in the drop down, I'm going to choose the course. Here it is, my free course. And then I'll go ahead and I'll click on save. So that is the event, and it's all ready to go. Down here is where I would choose my actions. So I can click on add actions. And once again, again, it shows me these icons for plugins that they have actions available for. Now for this example, I should have bbPress already installed and I should have Pop-Up Maker already installed. However, with the magic of video editing, I do now have those installed. So I can click on Add Action and there we have BuddyPress. I prior said bbPress, although this integrates beautifully with bbPress. That's more for user forums. BuddyPress is more for user groups, kind of like a Facebook group. So let's go ahead and first choose to enroll them in that group. So there it is. I'm going to add the user to a group. This is one of the free actions included in the free version. And here's my list of groups. I just have one. I named it 5-Day Challenge, which is a very popular marketing strategy right now. And I'll click on Save. Next, I'm going to add my pop-up. So I'm going to click right here where it says Add Another Action. I'll choose Pop-Up Maker and I'll choose Show a Pop-Up. So this is another free action that you can have in the free version of Automator. And right here is the only pop-up I created. It's called New User Resources, and I'll click on Save. Next, I'll add another action right here. And for a webinar, you can connect to your webinar platform a number of ways. So we could use Automator Core where it says send data to a webhook. And then if your webinar platform supports receiving webhooks, you can push the user's name and email and they'll automatically be registered to the next webinar. I happen to use BigMarker, which does support receiving a webhook. Alternatively, if you use Zoom and you have configured Zoom in the Automator settings, Zoom would have been an option to register them for a Zoom webinar. Okay, now that everything is configured, I'm going to change everything from draft to live mode by clicking on these toggle switches, toggle right here, and I'm going to toggle the entire automation. And there you have it. The only reason webhook didn't go on because I didn't configure my webhook. Now the next strategy is going to be called the pattern interrupt. And what we're looking for here is people that are interested in your course, but they haven't purchased it for some reason. So what the trigger is going to be is visiting the course page more than once. In this case, we'll choose 4 times. That means they're very interested because they keep coming to that page to read more information. Now, this is a paid course. So what we're going to do is when they hit that page, the course page, for the 4th time, did I say 5 times? Let's do it 3 times. That makes most sense to me. When they hit it the 3rd time, instead of going to the course page, we're going to send them to an entirely different page called What's Up. And we're going to have a video there trying to see what's going on to figure out, is it too much money? Do they not understand something? Do they need some kind of more way of getting used to us? And what we're going to do is send them to that page and we're going to automatically enroll them into kind of a free mini course on that course that we have available so people can get acclimated with us and pretty much get them prepped up for the main course that we want them to buy. Alternatively, you could email them and give them a discount code or something like that. So I'm going to go to Add New. And this I'm going to name Pattern Interrupt. It's going to be logged in, a logged in automation. So let's go ahead and confirm that. Now, the way Automator works is you can perform this on any piece of content on your site. So if you have WooCommerce, it could be them viewing a product a couple times. LearnDash, we already know the example, and it could be any page on your website. So I'm going to go here to WordPress, and then I'm going to scroll down to where it says user views a custom post type. So I'm going to choose that. Now, the name of this custom post type is going to be a course, and the post is the name of the course. So for me, it's going to be my premium course. I'm thinking they're probably interested in the premium course. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Save. But if you notice right here, there's an option of how many times when they view it. So I think I said I was going to do 3. So let's change that to a 3 and then click on Save. Now let's go ahead and add some of our actions. So I'm going to click on Add an Action. And one of the things I wanted to do was enroll them in a free course, a free mini course. So I'm going to click on LearnDash. Now, alternatively, I can offer it to them and make it a magic button, or I can just automatically do it. It's completely up to me. So I'm going to choose down here, I want to add the user to a course. So it says down here actually it's up here, enroll in a course. I'll choose that. And I'm going to, again, use that free mini course and then click on Save. So I could have done the magic magic button. I'll show you one of those later. But I also want to do a redirect. So when this happens, they're going to be enrolled in the free mini course, but we're going to use what I think is one of the most powerful features is redirect when the recipe is complete. So when I check this box, this is when I'm going to redirect them to a page on my website. And this is when the pattern interrupt happens. And I'm going to have a video where I try to see what's going on and then offer them this free mini course. So I've gone ahead right here and entered in the link. And this could be a link on any website, really. I mean, it doesn't have to be this website, but obviously it makes sense for it to be on this website. So I'm going to click on save. And just like with the prior strategy, we now can turn it on. So I'm going to switch this from draft to live, 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 and make the overall recipe go live. The next strategy is going to be called Done Now What? And think about it. What do you do with someone when they're done with your course? I mean, is that it? Are they now done with you? Are they done with all your course materials? Is there no additional steps or pathway for people? You really should have that figured out. And that is what this strategy is called, Done Now What? So it will be triggered. The event is going to be when someone completes a course. And what are we going to do at that point? So what I want to do in this strategy is take them someplace else. They mark it done. I'm going to take them to a custom page where I congratulate them for their hard work and putting out all the effort into the course to be a person that completes it and sticks through it all the way to the end. But I also want to make an additional offer. I want to ask them or invite them to be part of a mastermind group. If they want to take what they just learned even further and be part of a more intimate group, a mastermind group, which will be an additional purchase, I want to make that invite at that moment. Also, what you want to do at this point is send an email to them saying also the same stuff. You're going to echo it, saying congratulations, and try to solicit a testimonial. Ask them what they liked about the course. Can they say how they improved and what change has it made in their life? We want to get that testimonial from them so that we could show that to future people that are interested in the course, because we tend to respond best when we see our peers leaving a testimonial saying where they were, where they ended up, and what was the transformation. Now I'm going to try to pick up the pace on implementing some of these automations. So I'm going to click on Add New, and I'll give this one the name. Oh, actually, this will be logged in. Let me click on Confirm, and let's give it a name. Okay, so this is going to be a LearnDash automation, and this is when a user completes a course. Here it is. This is also a free trigger in the free version. All right, and this is going to be my premium course right here. Let's click on save. So this is done. It's when they complete it once. They should only need to complete it once. So I already showed you the redirect feature. This, we need to redirect them to a new page. So let's just go ahead and pop a page in there, and it could be instead of what's up, let's say what's next. Okay, or probably congratulations or something like that. So let's go ahead and save that, and then let's go here and actually add our actions. And for here, I'm going to send an email, which is a WordPress action. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to scroll down to where it says send an email. This is also a free automation action, automator action. And so when you do that, you can put your from, and to is going to just use the user's email. And then you'll want to put a subject and the body. And so you'll want to fill this out. Now, what's nice is we can insert tokens. So when I click right here, I can insert their name. So I could say hello, and then use the user's first name, all of their user information, including date and time, we can take advantage of here and insert it inside of the email to personalize it. So I'll click on save. And just like the others, we'll turn all of these on. And that is the Done Now What strategy. This is a profit strategy. This is going to become a major profit center for you when implemented right. This next strategy is called the intervention, just like the TV show. So when this is going to be triggered is when a learner is in your course and they take a quiz and they're not doing good with the quiz. And maybe they try to take the quiz a second time and they also do poorly in the quiz. This is when they need an intervention because we're after providing a transformation for our students. And so we need to have watchful eyes and automate this process. It's so crucial to helping people have success with your course. So the trigger here is going to be not passing one of the quizzes inside of the course. And here's the actions that we're going to take. The first thing is we're going to enroll them in a remedial course that might help them with some of the foundational work that they need to be able to complete the main course. So we're going to automatically enroll them in a remedial course to help them get up to speed. And then what we're going to do is we're going to notify the instructor. So if that instructor is you, we're going to send you a notification so that you can know that this student is struggling. Next, we're going to also enroll them in a WordPress group for people that are struggling and need a little extra help and involvement. So we're going to go ahead and enroll them there. And lastly, this is going to help you make more revenue from your courses, is we're going to offer them a one-on-one session. So we're going to say we put you in this group and we put you in this course, and this is some things that you can do to fill in the gaps of your knowledge, but also we're here for one-on-one appointments, and you can schedule and pay for a one-on-one appointment with us. So this also is going to be a logged in automation. So let me click on confirm. Here it is, the intervention. I'll click on LearnDash. And this is going to be one of these three options depending on how you structure your quizzes. So if you're using a percentage or a score, or if it's just a plain old pass or fail, you would choose the option. These are also in the free automator. So I'm going to just choose the simple one, the pass or fail. And I only have one quiz right here, free course quiz. I'll click on save. So this right here will be our trigger. And if you want it, so maybe they failed it twice, so they gave it a second chance and they're still struggling, let's go ahead and do that right there. I've already shown you some actions. I've already shown you how to enroll someone in a course and enroll someone in the group. You'll do the same here. Let me show you how to send an email to yourself. It was pretty much the same as sending a normal email. So I'm going to click add action, choose WordPress, and then choose down here, send an email. So far, everything in this automation is in the free version, by the way. So you just need to change the to address. So instead of the user email, you'll put your email in there, or the instructor of the course, their email in there. And then when you're down here, you're going to want to use some of those tokens. So for here, you would want to enter in the name and the email of the student, as well as information right here of what's going on. So we can put the quiz title, the quiz ID, the quiz URL, and the number of times the student took the quiz. And that's this. And we're going to wrap it all up with right here, a redirect when the recipe is finished. Now, the way you're going to collect money from if they wanted to take you up on the one-on-one meeting is completely up to you. Now, if you're using a premium form builder, a lot of form builders include some way to accept the payment. So on this site, I happen to have Fluent Forms and Gravity Forms right here. Both of those have, on the premium version, a way to accept a payment. You could also use the free WooCommerce right here and use maybe something like CartFlows, which is my software. It's awesome. And you can have a custom landing page in there and a checkout and all that kind of stuff. All of that's free using WooCommerce and using CartFlows. WooCommerce on its own, it's completely up to you. As a matter of fact, Uncanny Automator integrates with lots of different ways to accept money. So it's going to be completely up to you. You would just set that page up. Need a little help, or do you need a one-on-one session? And then you would set that up right here as the redirect URL. Now, this next strategy is called If You Don't Know, Now You Know. It's actually quite simple. Instead of using the default way for someone to register for a course and pay for it using LearnDash, why not just use a form plugin where you can ask all sorts of questions to qualify the student, and then they can pay using the form plugin that you have and be automatically enrolled in a course. Now, if you want to accept a payment for this, you're going to have to use a form builder that accepts a payment. So all the premium ones do. Fluent Forms is a really good deal, but you might already have one that takes payments. And if you're on a no budget, you can also look at Forminator. It's got a real weird name like Terminator. Well, that's the one that's free, and you can also accept payments. So let's go ahead and create this automation. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. Is the person going to be logged in, or are they going to be anonymous? Remember, the free version of Uncanny Automator only has logged in triggers. So, but maybe someone's on your website and they don't have an account yet, and we're doing lots of things at the same time. And if you had the pro version, it would be a lot easier to just have it be anonymous. So, but you can still use the logged in automations. You just have to have them register and log in and then fill out the form. But to me, it makes more sense to have the pro version and go anonymous. So I'm going to click on confirm right here. And as you can see, we have our options here. So I'll click on Gravity Forms. A form is submitted. It's actually pretty ninja right here. It's submitted with a specific field value. That's awesome. And right here, a form is submitted with payment. So these are all available to you based on how you're setting up your form. So I'm just going to do a form is submitted right here. But if I was charging, I would choose this option right here. So let's go ahead and choose this. And just like all the other interactions, it'll show me a list of my forms. I'll click on the one I have and click on save. Obviously, you already know how to build a form with your form builder. That's not the purpose of this video. So now we have our trigger in place. And then what we would do here is choose new user. And then we will pair up the form value fields with the user fields that we would need here. So this would be, for example, here's from info from the registration form. That would probably be the first name. So we'd fill this out and link up all of those fields right here. And then we can set up what their user role is inside of WordPress. Also a password right here. There's some really cool stuff that we can do here, and we're going to do that next. And then right here is log in the new user if you want them logged in. And then right here is what do you do if they actually are already a user? So you can choose right here, select existing user by pairing up the emails. This is so beautiful right here. So beautiful. So, okay, let me just actually click on cancel. I'm not going to fill that all out. Now, the second thing you would want to do, the second action would be actually to email them. And this is where a really cool feature of Uncanny Automator comes in. So let me add that action right here, WordPress, and it was send an email. This is in the free version. I love this feature right here. So you put a subject, hey, John, you're now enrolled, or whatever the person's name is, but check out these crazy tokens. There's a token in here that will automatically put in a link so they can reset their password, because we're not going to manually create one, and you'll want to make it easy for them to reset it. But you can also give them a link to automatically log in. Check this out. These are tokens. So I can go here and I can click on, let's see, was it under advanced? There it is, under advanced, automatic login link. That is such a useful feature. You have no idea, to make it super easy for someone to log into your website. Now there's also common ones down here. And so it's, let's see, here's user reset password URL, and it will put that in. So you would fill out your email and say, click here to automatically be logged in. This is such a beautiful feature. Your students are going to love it. Now, the next strategy is called Friends with Benefits, and it's actually going to leverage a integration that doesn't currently exist, but it's currently being worked on. Now, what we're doing in the Friends with Benefits strategy is when someone enrolls in the course, or when someone finishes a course, we're going to ask them if they want to be an affiliate, and we're going to create a magic button. They can click on that, and an affiliate account is going to be automatically created for them. We're going to send them an email about the affiliate program, and we can enroll them in a course. Now, a super Friends with Benefits strategy, though, would be along with this, we would make them an affiliate, but we're not paying them. We would say we also have this bigger course, and as you refer people to us, we'll unlock modules. Say it's a course with 4 different modules, and each module has a bunch of lessons. Well, we give them access to modules as they refer people. So if this was, say, a $500 course, this is a way for people to further their education by helping you out at no cost to them. They're just sharing their experience because they just completed the course with you. Now, you already know how to do a lot of this. I'm just going to show you this magic button really quick. So let's go ahead and add new. For the magic button or the magic link, they're logged in. They have to be logged in. So let's choose that. Now, this trigger is going to be part of the Automator core. I'll go here, and so we can create a button or a link. It's called a magic button or a magic link. So I can click right here and choose magic button. And the way you insert this into your website is going to be with this little short code here. It can be added anywhere. So if someone finishes a course, it could redirect them to a page where you ask them to become an affiliate to get access to more training. It can be however you want it. And then what you would do is have this button there. And when they click this button, it will trigger a series of actions. Now, like I said, this integration is not here yet. It's going to be with Affiliate WP. It's probably 2 to 3 months out. And so this is how I plan on using the Friends with Benefits strategy. If you're using Uncanny Automator today, you can't use the Friends with Benefits strategy. But as soon as that integration's there, if you're using Affiliate WP, you can use this Friends with Benefits strategy. Now, the next strategy is called Me Love You Long Time. And what we're doing here is we're counting how many times someone logs into our website, and that's them identifying themselves as someone really engaged in loving your content. And so what we're going to do is redirect them to a page that has a survey on it where we can ask them what's going great with them in the course, and we can get some feedback from them. So this is going to be a logged in trigger. I'll click here and choose confirm. And the trigger is going to be underneath WordPress right here. And this is also one of the free triggers. User logs into the site. So I'll choose this right here. And then I want to choose, I said 5. So let's change the number to 5. So this is going to happen when they log in the 5th time. Now on this, what I would do is probably just use the redirect feature to redirect them to a page that I've created. And on this page, I'll insert a survey questionnaire that I built with the form builder that I'm using on my website. Now, I said I was only going to give you 7 strategies, but I have a bonus strategy here, and it's called Too Legit to Split. And what we're going to do with Too Legit to Split is we're going to split up our learning website from our main website, and we're going to interconnect the 2 sites together. So many people want to do this because your main site, you might want to optimize for speed and not have too much on it. And you might want your learning site maybe on a different hosting platform that might have more power to it. And you might have more stuff installed on that site. So you kind of want to separate the 2 out. So you want to sell access to the course on site A. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have our learning management site on a different site. So that will be site B. Someone buys on site A, it pushes the information into site B. The students enrolled, and it's too legit to split. Sorry if I'm driving you nuts with the names of these recipes. I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun here. Okay, this will be a anonymous trigger or a logged in trigger. It depends on the status of the buyer. So if you're selling it with, say, WooCommerce, and then you want to push it to the other site, that would be anonymous. Or if they're already logged in. So I would think most would be anonymous. So this is just in the pro version of Uncanny Automator. However, you can get creative and have someone register and log in and then sell it to them on site A. So I'm just going to choose the pro version though and choose anonymous right here. Okay, so there's 2 components to this. We need to run Automator on the site A, and we also need to run Automator on site B. Site A is where the transaction happens, and then we're going to use the action as a webhook to push the information to site B. Site B is going to receive that webhook and enroll inside a LearnDash course or do anything you want to do. So this is too legit to split site A. And what we're going to do is you can use any way to sell it, right? A form plugin, any of the e-commerce platforms. I'm going to use WooCommerce because we haven't yet for this tutorial. And then I'm going to choose a product is purchased right here. And then right here, I'm going to choose my product. Ooh, I got a lot of stuff here. So I think I have a course someplace. Let's see, scroll down here. There it is. Let's see. I can choose any of these. It doesn't really matter. Let's just choose album and click on save. So when someone purchases the album, that's our trigger. And what we're going to do is we're going to choose the new user. We're going to link up the information right here. So this would be the buyer information. So where it says album is purchased, we can link up the billing first name, the billing last name, just link this all up right here and then choose our user role. We already did this. And if the user already exists, let's go ahead and pair it up with that existing user right here and then click on save. Now that's probably not going to work because I didn't fill it all out, and that's fine. Okay, so here is the action that's going to happen. I'm going to click add action. I'm going to use Automator Core, and I'm going to send data to a webhook. And check this out. When I click here, it's going to start asking me all this crazy information right here. Don't worry about it. We're going to have to do this at the same time with site B. Now here I am on site B, and so we're going to create these two automations together. So this is anonymous. I'll click on confirm. So this is the site B automation. And so the trigger is receiving a webhook. So it's under Automator Core and it says receive data from a webhook. So I'm going to choose this right here. Now this gives me a URL that I'm going to paste into site A. And what these fields are is on site A, we define a key and we link it up to a value. So a key could be first name. The value can be whatever the user enters for the first name. And we can do the same thing here. We're going to put those same field names and then we're going to choose a field type. But down here under actions is where we're going to create a user account on the site, send them an email, and enroll them in a course. So it might sound a little complicated, but let me just show you. So I'm going to take the URL here. Remember, this is site B. And I'm going to go back to site A, right? I'm on site A now. And so right here, it's asking me to set up my webhook. So this is where I'm going to post the URL. Site A pushes it to this URL on site B. And then down here, let's start filling this out. So it's going to be first, and then I'm going to add last, and then I'm going to add email, and you can add anything that you want that you have for them on here. And then I'm going to choose the value, and I'm going to go here and we're going to choose it from the guest checkout from the purchase. So I'm going to do a billing first name right here. I'm going to do a billing last name. And then right here, I'm going to do a billing email. So let's scroll down to billing email right there. So I have my keys. And then I just need to match these keys up on site B. Here I am on site B. So we had first is going to be sent, last is going to be sent, and email is going to be sent. But on an email, we don't want text as the formatting. We want email as the formatting. And then we could click on save. We literally just connected a webhook. So now when someone purchases on site A, it's going to push the first name, last name, and email to site B. Here, site B receives it, and then we decide what we're going to do. The first thing we have to do is create a new user for them. So let's go here, and we're going to use the data from the webhook, which is field 1, the first name, and then field 2 is the last name, and then the email right here is field 3, the email. Now we have to auto create a username. I always use the email for that. That makes most sense to me. And this other stuff doesn't need to be filled out, and we can choose the user role. But if they also already have an account, we can link that up if we want and then click on save. So now we created a user account as an action. The next action would be to enroll them in a course. So let's do that, enroll in a course, and it can be this premium course right here. And lastly, what we're going to want to do, since we're just creating an account for them on this other site, what we need to do is send them an email and tell them how the heck they're going to log in. And that's WordPress right there. And that's send an email right here. And we already went through this, how to format this. And that right there is too legit to split in total I gave you 8 strategies, and some of them can be used with just the free version only or the pro version. Any way you look at it, if you implement these strategies on your online course website, you're going to make more money. You're going to just be seen as this technical genius and God. Like, how the heck is this person even automating their site in this way? It's going to create a better connection and experience that your student's going to have with you. And it's going to make you appear a lot more professional because you got this all dialed in and figured out. The best part was this: it didn't require any custom code, no custom code at all. And the other potential big opportunity is I only really scratched the surface on what you're able to do. These automations can be as deep as you want them to be, and they can do as much as you want them to do. Any which way you look at it, even if you needed to buy the pro version of Automator to get what you want to have occur, it's a drop in the bucket, the cost of this tool. It's pretty fantastic what it does, and it's the only thing on the market that can do what it can do. So if you made it to the end of the video, I'd like to either hear one of two things from you. What was your favorite strategy? And if there's anything you would add or take away from it that I talked about in this video. And B, if you have a strategy that would work that I didn't talk about, if you would give it some corny name and list out the actions and the trigger and the actions down below in the comments, because that's going to really help other people this knowledge share. So remember, the deal on this plugin runs out really soon, so you'll want to jump on it really quick. Hey, that's it for this video. If you can give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, most likely share it with someone to help someone out, that would be awesome. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'll see you in the next video.